As you grow older, you start to see the world differently. The openness and trust you once had begin to fade, not out of bitterness, but out of wisdom. You realize that not everyone needs to know everything about you, even family. The truth is, people, even those closest to you, don't always have your best interests at heart. Some will use what you share against you, while others will judge, misunderstand, or exploit your vulnerability. This isn't about paranoia, it's about protecting your peace, your dignity, and your relationships. Too often, people make the mistake of oversharing, thinking that honesty and transparency will bring them closer to others. But in reality, sharing the wrong things with the wrong people can create tension, resentment, or even betrayal. At 60, 70, or 80, your priority should be peace of mind. That means being selective with your words and understanding that some things are best kept private, not because they are shameful, but because they belong to you alone. In this guide, I'll walk you through 8 things you should never share with anyone, even your own family. Some may surprise you, but all of them will protect you from unnecessary pain. 1. Your deepest regrets. Regret is one of the heaviest burdens we carry in life. As the years pass, memories of missed opportunities, mistakes, and what-ifs tend to grow louder, not quieter. Maybe it was a business opportunity you didn't take, a relationship you let go of, or a choice that changed your life in ways you never expected. These regrets can weigh on your mind, but here's the truth. They are yours to carry, not for others to dissect. Many people believe that sharing their deepest regrets with family or close friends will bring relief, understanding, or even redemption. But more often than not, it does the opposite. Instead of receiving the comfort you hope for, you might be met with judgment, indifference, or even subtle ridicule. People may not understand the weight of your choices, or worse, they may use them against you in the future. Think about it. Have you ever shared something deeply personal only to feel even more isolated afterward? That's because not everyone knows how to handle your pain. Some may dismiss your regrets, saying things like, "You should have known better." Others may pity you in a way that makes you feel small, or they may bring it up in future arguments, reminding you of your past mistakes when it suits them. The past cannot be changed, no matter how much you talk about it. Reliving and rehashing regrets does not set you free. It only keeps you tied to a version of yourself that no longer exists. Instead of looking for external validation, make peace with your past privately. Learn from your regrets, but do not let them define you. Your experiences belong to you, and not every wound needs an audience. Some things are best left in silence. 2. The details of your finances. Money has a way of changing people, sometimes in ways you never see coming. Whether you have a lot or a little, never share the full details of your financial situation, not your savings, investments, debts, pension, or even your will. You might think that discussing money with family or close friends is harmless, even necessary. Maybe you believe they'll respect your privacy or that they need to know for practical reasons. But here's the hard truth. The moment people know what you have or don't have, your relationships will change. Suddenly, some may feel entitled to your wealth, subtly expecting gifts, financial support, or even a share of your inheritance. Others may resent you, either for having more than them or for not helping them in the way they expect. Even in the closest families, money has destroyed relationships, turned siblings against each other, and fueled bitter disputes over wills and inheritances. Think about how many friendships have been ruined over loans that were never paid back. When people know you have money, they may ask for financial help, not as a loan, but as an expectation. If you say no, you're the bad guy. If you say yes, you risk never getting it back or being asked for more. And if you're struggling financially, sharing that information can backfire just as easily. Some people may see you as irresponsible, while others may distance themselves, fearing you'll ask for help. Even within your immediate family, being too open about money can create tension, dependency, or manipulation. If your children know exactly how much you have, they may start planning their future around your wealth rather than their own hard work. And once people get used to knowing your financial details, they start believing they have a say in how you spend, save, or distribute your money. The best way to protect your financial security and your relationships is to keep your money matters private. Set your affairs in order, have a proper will, and if necessary, seek professional financial advice. But do it discreetly. Once you open the door to financial discussions, you can never close it again. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Now let's continue. 3. Your personal struggles. Everyone faces battles in silence, whether it's health issues, emotional wounds, financial troubles, or moments of deep uncertainty. And as you get older, these struggles may become more frequent and more personal. In moments of weakness, you may feel an urge to confide in someone, to say, "I'm struggling, I need help." But here's the uncomfortable truth. Not everyone wants to help you. Some people just want to know. They collect information like currency, waiting for the right moment to use it, whether that's to gossip, to judge, or to manipulate you later. You might think that family or close friends will handle your struggles with care, but even well-intentioned people can respond the wrong way. Maybe they downplay what you're going through, saying things like, "Oh, it's not that bad," or "You're just overthinking it." Maybe they start treating you differently, seeing you as weak, incapable, or even as a burden. And what happens if they don't react at all? Indifference can be even worse than judgment. When you open your heart expecting comfort, but receive nothing in return, you feel even more alone. The reality is, most people cannot truly understand what it's like to be in your shoes. They may listen, but they won't feel what you feel. Expecting them to fully grasp your pain only leads to disappointment. This doesn't mean you should suffer in complete silence, but it does mean you should be selective with whom you trust. A therapist, a spiritual advisor, or a lifelong friend who has proven their loyalty can be safe options. But opening up to just anyone, especially those who have a history of gossiping, judging, or using personal information against others, is a mistake you may regret. Your personal struggles are not for public display. Protect them. Speak when necessary, but never out of desperation, because once you give someone access to your pain, you're trusting them to hold it with care, and not everyone is capable of that. The fewer people who know your struggles, the more control you have over your own healing. 4. Your future plans. Everyone loves to talk about their dreams, their next move, their goals, their ambitions. But if there's one mistake that can silently sabotage your success, it's announcing your plans before they happen. The moment you share your future goals, you invite outside opinions. Some people may be supportive, but many will project their own fears, doubts, and failures onto you. They'll say things like, "Are you sure you can handle that at your age? That sounds risky. Maybe you should just take it easy." People don't usually start new projects after retirement, and suddenly what once felt exciting and possible begins to feel distant, even foolish. This is why the most successful people move in silence. They don't explain themselves. They don't seek validation. They just do the work. When you talk about your plans too soon, you not only risk self-doubt, you also invite jealousy and sabotage. Some people don't want to see you succeed, and when they hear about your plans, they might subtly discourage you or even try to interfere. Think about how many dreams have been killed by one negative comment. Maybe you wanted to start a business, take a big trip, or learn something new. You shared it with the wrong person, and suddenly their skepticism made you question yourself. And what if your plans don't go as expected? If you tell everyone about your big goals and things don't work out, you might feel embarrassed, as if you've failed in public. But if you keep things private, you can adjust, pivot, or even abandon a plan without outside pressure. Instead of announcing your next move, let your actions speak for themselves. Work in silence. Plan in private. Build without broadcasting. And when the time is right, let people see the results, not the process. Because when you keep your dreams to yourself, they belong to you, and no one can take them away. 5. The truth about your relationships. Every relationship has its ups and downs, whether it's with your spouse, your children, close friends, or even siblings. But no matter how frustrated or hurt you may feel, some things should remain private. Many people make the mistake of venting about their spouse or family conflicts to others, believing it will help them feel better or gain advice. But what often happens is the opposite. Instead of resolving the issue, you create lasting damage that you can't undo. Here's why. Emotions change, but words don't disappear. You and your spouse may argue and make up, but if you've shared all the details with family or friends, they won't forget what you said. They may hold a grudge against your spouse long after you've moved on, creating tension that lingers for years. The same goes for conflicts with children or siblings. The moment you involve outsiders, you invite judgment. People will form opinions about your loved ones based on your worst moments together, and those impressions may never fade, even if your relationship heals. And in the worst cases, people may use what you share against you. If a relationship ever turns sour, private confessions can become weapons. Family members may gossip, take sides, or manipulate your words for their own benefit. What's the best approach? Handle relationship issues directly with the person involved. If you truly need advice, seek it from a neutral and trustworthy source, someone who won't spread what you say or hold it against you later. Your relationships are yours to protect. The fewer people involved, the stronger they remain. 6. Acts of kindness. We are often taught that kindness should be unlimited and unconditional, but as you get older, you begin to see the harsh reality. Not everyone deserves your generosity. There's nothing wrong with being kind, but broadcasting your kindness or offering it without boundaries can make you a target for manipulation. Some people see generosity as weakness, not virtue. The more you give, the more some will expect and demand. Maybe you've helped family members financially, only to find that they now assume you will always be there to bail them out. Or perhaps you've gone out of your way for a friend, yet when you need help, they are nowhere to be found. Not everyone appreciates kindness, some just see it as an opportunity. This is why you should never feel the need to announce your generosity. There's no need to tell others how much you've helped someone, how much you've donated, or how much you've sacrificed. Real kindness doesn't require an audience. The moment you publicize your generosity, it invites expectation, obligation, and even resentment. And sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is this: you don't owe kindness to everyone. If giving is causing you stress, financial strain, or emotional exhaustion, it's time to set boundaries. The best approach? Give when you truly want to, not out of guilt or pressure. Keep your generosity private and never feel bad for saying no to those who take advantage. Because kindness should be given freely, not demanded. 7. Your religious or political beliefs. Few topics spark division faster than religion and politics. No matter how deeply you believe in something, discussing it openly, especially with family, can lead to arguments, resentment, and even broken relationships. You may feel passionate about your faith or political stance, but here's the reality. Most people are not interested in changing their views. Instead, these conversations often turn into debates where no one listens, but everyone wants to be right. And in families, disagreements over these topics can linger for years, creating tension that never truly fades. Think about it. How many family gatherings have turned uncomfortable because of one political comment or religious argument? You may not even intend to start a debate, but the moment you express a strong opinion, someone else will feel the need to challenge it. And it's not just about arguments. Revealing your beliefs can change how people see you. Some may lose respect for you, treat you differently, or even hold grudges based on nothing more than ideological differences. This doesn't mean you should hide your beliefs. It simply means you should choose when and where to discuss them. If someone asks for your opinion in a respectful setting, share it wisely. But forcing conversations about religion or politics, especially with family, rarely leads to anything good. The best approach? Keep your beliefs personal and sacred. In a world full of opinions, protecting your peace is more valuable than winning an argument. 8. Past family secrets. Every family has its secrets, hidden truths, past mistakes, and stories that were never meant to be told. As you get older, you may feel the urge to share these secrets with your children, grandchildren, or other relatives, thinking they deserve to know. But before you do, ask yourself one crucial question. What good will come from this? Some truths don't bring healing. They bring pain, division, and resentment. Revealing an old family betrayal, a hidden affair, or past financial troubles may feel like unburdening yourself, but it can also damage relationships in ways that can't be undone. Think about the consequences. If you share a long-buried family conflict, will it help anyone? Or will it reignite old wounds and create unnecessary tension? If you reveal a secret about a deceased relative, will it bring clarity or cause bitterness towards someone who can no longer explain themselves? And let's not forget, not everyone will handle the truth responsibly. Some people gossip, some twist stories, and some use sensitive information to manipulate others. A secret that was meant to stay within the family may quickly spread beyond your control. This doesn't mean you should never share anything, but before revealing a family secret, consider the impact. If the truth serves no real purpose other than stirring emotions, it may be best left in the past. The best approach? Choose wisdom over impulse. Some things should remain private, not out of shame, but out of respect for the peace of those still living. Conclusion. At this stage of life, your peace is more valuable than anyone's opinion. The world may tell you that honesty and transparency are virtues, but wisdom teaches you something different. Not everything is meant to be shared. Your past, your struggles, your dreams, your finances, and even your kindness are not public property. They belong to you. And the more you protect them, the more control you have over your own life. Too often, people overshare, hoping for understanding or validation, only to find themselves judged, misunderstood, or even betrayed. The hard truth is, not everyone listens with good intentions. Some people will use what you share against you. Others will never truly understand. This isn't about living in secrecy. It's about knowing what to share, when to share, and who truly deserves to hear it. Privacy isn't about hiding the truth. It's about protecting yourself from unnecessary pain, disappointment, and conflict. So as you move forward, remember this: the less you share, the more control you have. Not every thought needs an audience. Not every truth needs to be spoken. And not every person deserves access to the most sacred parts of your life. Because in the end, the world doesn't need to know everything about you, only what you choose to share. Thanks for joining us today. Hope to seeing you in the next video.